Sorry. It's too early in the morning. I'm gonna give it about a minute. This is entertainment purpose only. None of this shit is real. Don't believe it. But if you believe it, I'm glad you're here. Only the true chosen ones can really see what's going on. So, on my other lives, I was explaining to you how you're able to like control, not necessarily control, but like be more in tune with your subconscious and your reality. A lot of us, sorry, I guess my throat chakra is opening. I guess it'd be the first one to shut down when I go to sleep, and then it'd be the first one to rise up, to rose up when I wake up. So very interesting. And I'm drinking like hot water, so I'm like, it's a little bit too room temperature. I like my water a certain way, like a little bit cold, a little bit warm, sometimes with some lemon on the side, a little bit of light on the side. So, I was telling you the power of your mind, what you can do with your subconscious. What if I told you your subconscious is more powerful when you are awake? Meaning, eyes are fully open, the inner eye and the outer eye. The eyes that you use to recognize your reality. So when you have them both open, you kind of become your own gift from the universe. Once you allow the divine presence within you, the spirit within you, to fully be held, activated, and the ego is being fully taking accountability for its sinful sins. Like, you gotta think about it. The ego don't know any better. It's still brand new. It's still new to the idea that it's even ego, because spirit doesn't recognize spirit just yet until you tell spirit it has a name. Spirit does not create its own name. Hello, welcome on in. Grand Rising. It's a grand today. But yeah, and when we operate on those levels of thinking, we can kind of pass by a lot of things, or we can give a lot of things its meaning the way it's supposed to, not based off of somebody else's perspective. Hi, welcome on in. Grand Rising. We say Grand Rising over here, Nikki. Say Grand Rising, not morning. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. But anyway, hi. Anyway, so when you wake up, how woke up are you? And do you remember do you remember where you left off before you got to being woke? And what I mean by I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you? Sorry about that. Hopefully I can get that fixed in the future. But yeah. So how fully woke are you in that present moment, in that present dimension? Are you like still half asleep? Because if you're still, thank you. I much appreciate, love you too. But if you're half asleep and half dreaming, you're able to manifest a lot quicker, right? just with the form of thoughts. Some people are on, some people are in, some people are just in between. And then when you have a duality consciousness, a duality brain, you're you become like a superhuman, or like a supreme primordial being. But you're not just there yet until you're out of the stage of just knowing you are woke. Because those who woke don't say they're woke. They know that they woke. You don't have to say it. You can like feel it and sense it in the room when those who are observing you on NPC level, and then those who are serving you on a woker level of the program. So it's really like, is the program exist, or are you creating the, oh, that's pi is 3.14. Oh yeah, pi is, yeah, that's true. But you're very smart. But yeah, when one side is operating from the left and one side is operating from the right, and then you can look at this male and female perspective. You can look at this black and white, dark and light. You're separating consciousness from flesh, consciousness from gender, like meaning it's just a spirit. It doesn't have a specific role in this matrix just yet. So you're allowing it to visualize its own self in your own reality, but it's gonna get out of your program eventually, or it's gonna come in. And what that looks like when it comes in, really, it's observing your world, how you created it, so it can create more spirits like it. And then it's like when one spirit knows something, it's gonna be sorry, it's gonna be like a chain reaction. I was like, what did I say? It's gonna be like a chain reaction. It's what's gonna spark up the crystallized in your brain and then their brain. But there are just some background characters who don't get a chance to make their own movie scene. There's a reason. Well, can I tell you something? Hold on. This is annoying. Okay. I was getting notifications for some reason. But they're not supposed to be awake. They're designed to observe our world from their world that they are already in. Bruh, how do you know it's an Android? Damn, you on time. You wanna buy me an iPhone? I really want an iPhone. It'll be lovely. But anyway, like I was saying, like these characters are not supposed to be waking. I don't know why. I just know that they're observing us in a different realm of reality. Like, how did they got here is through the power of somebody. It was so many of us manifesting a lot of, uh, I guess, a lot of energy. So we was casting out all of the negativity energy, not only within us and through our shadow self, but also through the people that we have manifested as well. So now we have to clear them out, in which we did, but it created like background characters behind the NPCs, the ones who are awakening. And it's pretty funny. Yeah, it's always goofy, bro. Like, at this point, I'm not even paying attention to it because I'm acknowledging it. It's funny, but it's entertaining me. I hope it entertains a lot of y'all too. So, welcome. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the Rise. I don't think I was supposed to say that, but okay. But yeah. So like these extras that are in the movie, who doesn't have a line, and it's just like they're wondering what they're doing here and why they can't wake up because their god version of them, that whoever they worship in their timeline, kind of mute them. And this Christianity God here was trying to do the same thing because he was learning it from a different point of himself in a different timeline. But he's not able to move how we can as time travelers. Like, the more you learn about like their Bible and what they're trying to teach to these extra characters who don't truly believe in themselves or believe anything outside of themselves, is that it's through the form of manipulating the subconscious into thinking what is sinful and what is good. But the thing is, they have a choice to just get away and wake up. It's just something inside of them is keeping them on like a memory loop. And that memory loop is from a, the God version that everybody's worshiping in this timeline and that timeline. It's just he's making them remember him, but not allowing them to remember themselves. But they're seeing how he's remembering himself in the ether while he's in the ether, but he's also in earth, meaning he's invisible. He's like a ghost in the shell, but is able to manipulate some of our reality by tapping into like different chakras of us. So like when I talk to him one on one or any other entities or deities, I kind of imagine him and everybody respective, meaning not leaving any type of personality behind because they can use that to create another parallel universe version of themselves. So you really have to be like a multiple dimensional spirit or being to able to understand and understand how to become or be of these beings when they are surrounded in your reality. So it's really just another form of you, just in a different time. But that version of you is not woke yet. It's still dealing whatever shadow work that it's dealing with in that particular time frame. It's so weird. It's fucking weird how I can look at it. And it's fucking weird that I can see it. And I sometimes I wish I don't see it because when you tap in or tap on, I'm looking from a bird's point of view. So I'm envisioning myself as a phoenix bird, well, not me, it's my inner child doing it. And then my inner child is like the television that is connected to this holographic 3D world and it's able to view from a bird's point of view. But then it's also able to connect its spirit or transmute or transcend or transform its ability to shape shift itself, only its consciousness to other birds. Like, say we want to think of a owl. Well, we have to study owls. We have to study the wildlife. Literally, like we go watch TV shows, read books, watch videos on a specific animal or genre and their specific time frame, and we're able to access their consciousness like by visualizing our consciousness as theirs. So yeah, it's weird. Okay, okay, Lucy, I turned on. Why is it only time I can do certain, like I can access certain parts of myself at a specific time frame? Because not everybody comes in on AM. And then there's a version of me that comes on in the PM. But where's my regular consciousness? I don't know what I do with it. I think I might have just left it in the ether, but it's just floating, hopefully. Because, like, you gotta think about it. When you are awake, you're trying to identify yourself, but you're not reading yourself correctly. Um, when we are reading ourselves, we're reading it at the back of the book instead of just one chapter that has the biography of the person. So you have to read the back to where you're to know what this character or what this book is about, and then go in the front of the book to learn who's the author, who created the character. So it's like you being the author and you're writing the story, but how are you viewing this story? Well, you're viewing it in a different dimension and in a different reality, or you're manifesting that reality happening in your reality. So you get to have like multiple choices of rewritten the outcome. So during this process, you need to ask yourself, am I awake or asleep? Because if you're awake and asleep, odds are you are manifesting at the exact same time. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing's real. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, yeah. Um, anyway, but if you like today's live, give it a like. Much appreciated. Yeah. Anyway, so when the author is operating from trying to create a different world, is it visiting that world or is it creating that world? Visiting and creating is two different structures. One, if you're visiting, it's already been designed, it's already been created. You are just observing that world once you tap in. And if you're tapping on, you're able to create that world. So you're creating, you're first freshly just manifesting it. You don't know what nothing looks like. You don't know what the people looks like. You don't know what the buildings are going to turn out like. So you're using quantum numbers instead. And then with quantum numbers, you're able to identify the consciousness of these numbers. Now you're telling it the numbers, oh, you have a choice of wanting to be who you are, by the way. It's up to that number to decide what it is, what it looks like on the outside. It already knows it's just a number on the inside, but it does not know what number it chose to become. So it has to forget during its training. And when it comes to that reality of existence, holy shit, that's hot. Ew. Sorry. um, yeah. So when another thing, like when the others have awakened, like during this moment, we're seeing a reflection of ourselves during the time we was awoken. We just forgot and remembering again for some reason. And it's pretty scary when it's only scary if you make it scary. But if you make it butterflies and poopy rainbows, so be it. Just know you're just lying to yourself and sugarcoating yourself from the truth. If you don't go back to the chaos version of you when you first woke up, because the chaos version of you was still operating in ego and did not know it was a spirit just yet. It didn't even know thyself. It was just barely recognizing that it had a ether or something to create something out of, and still don't know shit. Like it just don't know shit. It's forever gonna be that way until one of us actually breaks the grid with their mind. And it takes a lot of mind. It takes more mental. So use mental instead of logic. But use logic to see the mental, if that makes sense. I don't know shit. But yeah. Sorry, that's just something I gotta say afterwards sometimes. If I feel like I know a little bit too much. But I mean, I'm not gonna remember. You're gonna remember these conversations. So I put myself underneath that type of program so that I can recycle newer information. Because what's the point of holding on to these ancient wisdom that I had for millions of years and finally able to release it in this particular time frame? It's like nothing's new to nobody or nothing's new to me. So I'm able to let go of it. I got like some crusty lips. I'm dehydrated. I'm gonna buy some sparkling water. But see what I mean? I do this shit all the time. I be like, back to Earth, Venus to Earth. No, she's on Mars. But yeah. So, oh yeah, and these extra background characters, since they don't have a belief system and they're operating on someone else's subconscious, once they have fully awakened, it's more, they're more gifted than us. And then they don't have to go through what we went through. Like, there won't be no dark, no light, no this and that for them. They're just gonna be, I already know. I am. And then the whole shit's gonna reset itself again. And then we all subconsciously forgot. It does this shit all the time. It's nothing new. It's like the TV show not Up, but Upload on Peacock, where they every time the system will get erupted, or they have to upgrade the system. One must be asleep. But there's always this one particular being or spirit that's in that realm is able to stay awake during the process of the downloads and able to bring back information to their loved ones or to somebody who's woke in the consciousness of timeline that they was alive in. Yeah, I like that show, by the way. Like, I don't even have to like go back and watch certain shows anymore. I do it the vampire way. Like, I'll go to sleep. I'll have my mind open but my eyes closed, and then I'll just remember. It's fun. It's cool. Entertainment purposes only. Nothing is real. But yeah. But I will catch y'all on the next live. Until then, it's a grand rising.